What's his name? McGregor. He's a right-wing screwball. He's brought up by a Scotsman. You know what a Scotsman is? An Irishman, a Scotsman, and an Englishman. Yeah, we're different class, man. Well, we're pretty well the same, the Irish and the English. But the Scotsman, listen to this story. You're playing golf, mates, and McGregor and whatever, your right wing, ding, wing, they think that the far right's going to save you. Oh, crap, no. They won't close up the housing market, cupcakes. Trudeau is, but I'm not a liberal. I'm a Green Party supporter. But it's pretty well all cupcake solutions here, Greg. Yeah, of McGregor. Well, he goes out there out on the golf course, mate, and she pulls over. He's looking at his wife. She's got no bloomers on. My lord, here's a few quid. Go buy some bloomers. That's the Englishman. And the Irishman says the right piece shows, but a few good. Go buy some bloomers. You got no bloomers bending over, but not teed up. The Scotsman, she bends over. Here's a friggin' comb. Go tidy up. Like, that's just cheap Scotch bastard. But I'm going to ask you about the Scotch because I'm a friggin' Irishman. What the hell are you going in the liquor store? You used to buy Scotch, white horse, for what? $20. You get 5 cents back after 100 because you want to save the economy by voting screwball white wing ding. The economy was never inflated that much, but it started out in by a Republican. Oh, yeah. His name was Richard Nixon. He had a nose that looked like what. And he started a war. He says, with this apple called the Cold, but we were following the same model the whole world has. So there's no money, really. It's just printing. So you blame the boomers. Well, I used to be able to afford a friggin' drink. So this cupcake out in Nova Scotia is saying you're drunk. I wished I was. You sound like a drunk. You're an old man and you're drunk. I'm an old man that could kick your butt if you come over here and let me. You stupid cupcake. I'm not a drunk. Shut up and listen to me. Don't tell me to shut up. You shut up. You please shut up. I don't take that crap. You shut up when I'm talking to you. And don't tell me, let me speak. Let me speak. Let me speak. Shut up. You're not a healer. You're a cupcake of, what do you call a psychic surgeon, man? Come on. My reply to you, you're telling me all these hits and crap on everything. I get hits too. There's a muffin in Nova Scotia, mate. He's trying to tell me all sorts of muffins. There's muffins everywhere, Mike. I'm a horse healer, and I'm stuck in Canada because everybody's robbing each other. So I got to maybe do something about it, and I'm going to start working with some local entrepreneurs, young people, because I care about them having some housing. They're flipping houses like a mile a muffin. Somebody puts on LinkedIn, oh, it's the vaccines. They're making children take vaccines. My Lord, I don't know. Maybe it's the aliens that I just saw one out the window there. It's Musk. He's putting aliens out there. He's got a whole bank of Teslas and these some other space. Jorgen Peterson says. Jorgen Peterson's right-wing screwball muffin, misogynist idiot. But you listen to him and it sounds weird. On my border collie sounds pretty smart. He's a hell of a lot smarter than Jorgie, boy. And he don't talk too much. He just bite and bites women sometimes because he don't like women coming near me. Daddy, I keep you safe. But, he's just doggy. But he's smarter than Jorgen because Jorgen's a deductive moron. He's a moron. He's a friggin' yap, so stupid. Another one is a right-wing swing thing called Rex Murphy. He says he'd sue me. I tried Try Rex, you rotten right-wing son of a bitch. Blaming Trudeau. Blame Trudeau. And you got a bunch of dissonant yup kids around here going around with F. Trudeau. You know, Mohawks want to fly their friggin' flag. They're from in jail. They don't throw you in jail. You're pretty lucky, guys. You should be thrown in a friggin' caboose and just locked away for dissonance when a war is going on. But I say F cupcake. You know, you could be smart and not argue about bull crap and manure. And I say you're all a bunch of idiots. You know, we got a COVID virus. It's over, man. Hey, it's over. They're opening up things. But yet you're still fighting. And you're fighting rubbish. So you don't want farms. You say it's a green scam. Oh, the green scam. I'm having on cupcake food, but I got to work. And so I'm going to go back to work and help young people get ahead that aren't going to be so stupid. I can't do anything about friggin' politics, but I'm going to do a lawsuit to shut down some of these head cooks and contain the market in the area we live in. It's called micromanage, and you don't sell houses and flip them like you're doing, raising up the market, or it should be a freaking ghost town. So I'm going to do that. But you can keep on calling Trudeau dirty names. At least what I saw was he was going to contain the market. Doug Ford. Doug's put on 15%. But you guys mark it up on crypto, and you can flip more houses and create a landlord class. This country is made of landlords and dirty Indians selling teepees and renting them out. There's good Indians that support their tribe, and there's dirty Indians that go around flipping teepee. So, you know, they're dirty red skin, dirty white skin, and trash. I'm like an Irishman eating potatoes, and I'm going to take a sneak of that Canada. I'm just going to formulate and build up people that are barely getting a house to do lawsuits and cause a market before she freaking flips and crashes. So it's down. Like, you kids never learn anything about economics. Nah, I didn't. It took me a long time, but I had to learn. And what goes up sure goes down awful fast. I remember in 1929, she went way down. So you want some change and beg on the street like everybody would be, because you took us down. Like, I was in the horse racing business, and there are guys driving horses. They're out and they're in the bars. They're saying, "Can you give me $1 I wouldn't give you a penny. I'll give you maybe a piece of turd out of that toilet there. I have a nice one. I'll throw it right there because you ruined the sport." Now, this is what's happening here now. It's the game of dishonest. Making quick bucks. Quick bucks is just the way it's got to go. The quick bucks, no faith in it. Well, I'm going to take you down because I'm going to formulate the younger generation here that wants houses, not landlords. They're not good for you. Quit selling that nonsense. Why people trash places? Because they haven't got any respect for it. Landlords don't frick out stuff and just keep them to the dinner. This is a Marxist thing? It could be. It could be Chairman Mao. He said the landlord class is parasites. Yeah, they're parasites. They sit back, they flip houses, make lots of profit, and not work their ass off. I work my ass off, kid. What did you work at? Kid comes in here. What sort of guitar is that? It's a USA Fender Telecaster. How can you afford it? Well, I worked at one time. What at? Farm jobs, working and doing hard work. I didn't sit back and muffin cut, make real estate deals and flip houses like Mr. Stephen friggin' Harper's allowed you to. I'm a Green Party member, so we can't get in, but we just try to work with whoever's going to work. Well, it doesn't seem like the conservatives are going to work. And it doesn't seem like I can get the other parties in. But what I can do is work within the system like Schindler did. He worked with the Nazis in the system and got the Jews safe. I'm doing the same damn thing. I'm going to close down the market here, or this town will be a ghost town. I don't want house flippers. I want you to come over here, take a job, build up the town, and quit flating up the markets. It's hurting everybody. It's hurting rich people. All the rich people. Well, the rich people worked and they had money built up. I don't want them going down. I don't want you going down. I want young people to own houses because it doesn't make worth crap not to have houses owned. Who's telling you this stuff? Who is telling you? Well, there's a lot of house flippers and everything on here that are, making it. But is it right livelihood? Ask yourself, is it right livelihood to raise the housing market and take the whole friggin' thing down? Because she's pretty well cooked. But you don't think so. You can just keep it going. Keep going. Keep above the friggin' floodgates. Because she's right at the pinnacle of crash. She's been hedge funded and crooking for a long time. But she's at the pinnacle. We're at a war, but you keep on fighting a little bit. Well, there's, if you don't hit out the garden and work with NORAD, unfortunately, you don't like him, but he is working with NORAD and Joe Biden to put missile defense in. If you don't, you might as well just have a dissonance, argue and talk stupid talk about where you had that trucker strike. He was nice. He didn't throw you in jail. I throw you in freaking jail. And I throw, I'm just a man of law and order. Nobody votes in England. So you don't have to. You got freedom. Australia, you don't have that freedom. You got a freedom to vote or get fined. So when we talk constantly. It's like a democracy. There's no democracy in Canada. House flipping, getting on social media and destroying democracy. I think you should be in jail or shut down, but I'm shutting you down by talking. Share this video because it's going to hurt everybody. These are dissonant house market muffins, flipping people and making profit. So this is an idiot here. Oh boy, they'll be in the States. You can't buy any houses here because she's cooked. So you're gonna flip them in the States. Boy, oh boy, guy. You could get off your ass and maybe shovel some manure because you're really pushing the manure. I shoveled a lot of horse shit and I made it in the horse business. I learned from shoveling stall load, tagging up a horse, getting them ready for the track, and I started training it. A constable. Constable starts third class usually, but you run them down, and he starts at the bottom, or she starts at the bottom, and works up. And she goes on going to school and learning. But you just want to get right up there as a millennial and not do any work. That's the problem with you. Now the boomers have got to hire you. The men that are and women that are established want to hire you. Because they're cutting down on immigration and market managing real estate, managing employment on a micromanaged level. We got to do it. We can't keep on hiring immigrants to do manual labor. So you might have to work. Is it so bad? You might get some skills and learn the value of a dollar. My father made me work when I was a kid. But here's plastic, and it's not opening. Why? Because it's plastic. But you want to keep the fossil fuels going. And I'm eating out of cans. And you know what I want to do, and you're going to tell me I'm into green skin. I'm going to go over to farmers markets, and my buddy's going to get me around, and I'm going to buy fruits and vegetables. I'm going to put them in the blender, and I'm going to get picture of it and freeze them and cut them up with my buddy here. He's a vegan. Now that's not bad, But that's not buying off the box stores. They're inflating the market because the housing market's inflating, and this is inflating. So people won't be eating, and then you're talking about eating crickets. Well, I'll go and gather up some crickets while we're doing some organic farming. We don't want them getting in there. We'll pick them out of the good food there. Send more of those cupcake girls. They're talking rubbish. And they can have the crickets, and I don't know, maybe I can go to the dollar store and get some Dutch chocolate just to add the flavor so you can get fat and shoot your mouth off. What are you protesting over? First thing you start protesting over is child. It was always a thing, pro-choice. But no, you get mad because he took the charitable status off. That's all he did. He took the charitable status off. Stephen Harper took the 15 cents on every political vote off. But nobody said anything. Yeah, the Green Party were getting 15 cents on the dollar for everybody to vote for. That sort of brought in a little bit of our power to manipulate and work in the NDP and like that. Oh, no. You don't like the NDP because he is Joey Seepy says Muslim. Doesn't matter. He makes sense. And you're so friggin' right. You don't know what you're friggin' talking about. Stephen Harper did this. Stephen Harper globalized the market. And we had a sign, a page came out, and she said, "Please stop, Mr. Harper." Well, no, they marched her out. And away he went, just like a bull in the gun shop, and open up a real estate market and cause all this discrepancy. This country was very good. 1976, we got the regeneration, and that was hard to deal with. People didn't want to go to concerts, man. So we had to get bikers and crash heads, but we don't have them now. I'm jumping up with bikers, man. Crash your heads, you know. But, you know, we quit doing that because we're cracking a lot of heads, breaking into concerts. Hey, stop the concert, man. This is Stone's concert. Bikers in there, wham, hitting heads. So trying to get in reading party people. And got stuck concert. Well, that was the way it went. And the music industry went down. Well, you have to do that. The record industry. What happened? We had so many friggin' record labels. Oh, what happened to it? Vinyl is such a bad thing. Vinyl's good sounding to audio. You need not cupcake speakers. You need damn good turntables. And it used to be affordable, but now audio files are so wrong. And the good music is hip hop. Really? I don't think so. Music is all good music. So you say to me, you're fussy on music. No, I like all good music. Hip hop, but I hate hip hop. It sucks. It's just stupid. There's no pause in it. It's noise. You know, I play music, and I put a lot of blues, lightning, and all that stuff. That's old stuff. Well, Rio Island, a lot of Texans are playing that. That's the foundation. It's easy to talk now. And what do you listen to? Muffins. You know, Hermit the Frog. You say I'm a racist? Well, I could be any, I could be Santa Claus. No, I'm tired of the muffins. An old boy that's constantly getting friggin' muffles until February, friggin' butts. Quit voting right wing, start voting for something more grassroots, and get off the muffin bill. We're trying to inflate the market, because you don't know what you're talking about. The market's overinflated, the oil prices are going up. What are you going to eat now? Crickets. That's what it is. Guy downstairs there, he's a fish too, man. This is it. My dad would roll over in the grave. We saw these guys. Oh, hell yeah. At least you make us change positions in a graveyard. But, your muffins, the cupcakes, the fruit, and the muffins, and the grapes, the friggin' cheap Scotch. He always votes conservative. He says, we've gone on carpenters. Oil prices will go up. We'll go friggin' answer X. You go and take some money and insulate your friggin' house and shut up. Hold on, man. Who's a man from that? Carbon tax people group that. Go on. Oh, God. Problem with you is you don't learn anything about the environment. You don't care about the environment. You want muffin tax and you want fruit. Well, I'm an environmentalist because ecology is a part of the environment. But you come out with stories. You come out with lots of stories. You'll say, lithium batteries are bad. Lithium batteries make a mess. What? I'm going to ride a bicycle and forget it. But don't inflate the market with fossil fuels. They have to go and they're going. Woman, you had to stop it because then we're at war. So you'll be crying the river. And I'm going up. I'm not a stupid kid. You ever tell me to shut up? I can come up and over there and over still shit. I'll get my fruit and boot you right in the ass. I'll stay here. I'm not listening to the guy that doesn't mind stuff never did. Sounds like I'm angry. Victim, you call me? Victim listen to an asshole like you. I'm not a victim. I'm an alpha. I'm just trying a little nasty. It's really critical time. All together now, you could make it through. Not together, in the middle. The me yuppie generation will sink like a friggin' rock. You can stay yuppie like your daddies and mummies that never got things right because they got in so much friggin' debt and they didn't learn about economics and they just went to school. Yeah, they went to school and learned how to get a career. Yeah, a career and they're still paying debt. So they get into this market. Let's talk about economics 101. Jim Flaherty they probably killed him. He was a conservative, and that's what I thought conservatives were. To save and to just please cut the spending down. But no, you got into social media marketing because it's money and sell. You manic friggin' marketers. Out of control, man. It's time to now pull in the reins on that pony. You're just trotting a little too fast. And she's cooking down. She's cooking overdose. It's water. God bless the water. It could be beer and I'd be really drunk, but I'm not drunk. I'm going to save up money to get drunk. Because I need to get drunk to listen to this stuff. So I got off the social media muffin thing. But yeah, Musk lost that and won't buy Twitter. I just deleted it. Or he could be an alien. He could be. But I don't think so. And they said they're going to sue. Bring it on. Because he's got more money than a shake a stick at. Bring it on. Bring it on, man. Your little cupcakes you couldn't even sue. Try. He's a Goliath now. You don't like him. Could be a lizard man. Oh, there he is in the window. Lizards. The conspiracy stupidity. Jorgensen looking is from outer space because that Tesla's in outer space. Yeah, could be. Could be from outer space. Jorgen on, what are you on? Chlorozepine, yeah. I'll tell you something. Listen, I think Leo Fender had a Fender Stratocaster. Speaking of another as a person. So marketing ploy ain't to do with space means they're alien. What's there to people you listening to, man? What are you token? You're not used to the weed here yet, are you? You're not used to it. It's strong. It's BC hooch. So you're just talking rubbish. I've seen some of you guys. I'm walking along. Hey, Gan, you're really hot, aren't you? No, they're gonna blow up the place. We'll run like hell. So I'm walking with this idiot. I said, "Do you think we're far enough away? They're gonna blow." Well, about 5 miles. We'll go a little farther. Maybe you'll come down, man. You're really high. He's crazy. He's just nuts. He's smoking whacking weed. And he's just, they're going to blow up the elevator. Well, they're 5 foot thick. They're 5 foot thick now in there. Neutron bomb. It'll really blow it. Yeah, I've heard it. They're going to blow up the place. Yeah, she'll blow up the whole city, mate. So you better run. And he's walking across the road, man. I couldn't believe this. You stop! She has stopped. You're going to take your stick and slam it on the lid because you're paranoid as a hoot scoot, dude. I don't know how to get these guys when they're high. It's a bunch of different Melbourne. They thought they just escaped a lockdown and come to Canada. Would you like it down on? Oh, you had that Tim Hortons. Are you smoking? Yeah. Are you paranoid? What? Made you high. But they're round. Oh, yeah, they're round. Enjoy the participation of legal marijuana in Canada. There's something good to say, but this is, it's a fun place. I guess Justin's had to keep his mama out of jail, so he legalized it. Mama's smoking a lot of whack down in South 360. Oh gosh, Trudeau divorced her. He had a little redneck friend, Pierre. He got a prenup on her first. That's the safest thing to do. When you got millions of dollars, you got to put a prenup on a crazy woman. So we get a little friend come in there called Lawyer. Smile, a little pen, really nice pen. We get that really nice pens for this sort of case. And he says, "Darling, would you come in here and sign some papers?" And this nice man is a lovely pen. Just sign it along the line. You're smiling. She grabs the pen. You don't know how many millions you just signed away on it. That's a redneck friend called a lawyer. And a man's was when the wild's going around, rocking with the Rolling Stones, and you're the Prime Minister of friggin' Canada. He died. Yeah, he died. And he left young Justin. Now, I don't know if he's related to. I don't think she had an affair with Fidel, but the infidels of the right wing say she did. So you can believe anything you want. Your buddies. Canadians could go to Cuba. Oh, yeah, it wasn't too bad. They got through the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Bay of Pigs. It was going a little hot. So we made friends with them and said, "Hello, Fidel." But he also made friends with Jimmy Carter, the peanut prophet. And he wasn't too bad. He was a good prime minister. He was sort of agreeable on a lot of fronts. He wasn't a right-wing stringer that go around saying good stuff, putting up your butt. He was just the guy that got along with a lot of people. He was a great prime minister, really. Because there's in Ottawa, I used to see him running around when I was going to college. I went to Algonquin in the 1970s and appeared. I'd go down to a place there right across from Parliament. And he'd drive up in this Mercedes sports convertible. It wasn't armored. And he'd pull up to the guards. He'd just hop over. He wouldn't even open the door because he was a fit sucker. He was black belt karate. And he was just a damn good athlete. And he taught his son to box, and he boxed that. He won too, He taught him some how to make some hits. Hey, if I remember jousting Matt with a right wing Mohawk fool, but he was a decent mate. He said, "You'll have to wear a shirt, Justin's number one, if I win, and you have to get a haircut." He only cut a few inches off. But he says, "Ladies, it's your turn now." They scalped him. You just give it over to the girls there that don't like you hitting my prime minister, man, because he's a cutie. Yeah. And she married that nice lady from Quebec. I think they're a nice couple. It's just like I like young Harry and his wife Megan. They're a nice couple. They're royalty. But you want to get rid of the monarchy and have the Banana Republic of Canada. Because you got to blame somebody. No way you're doing that because the Queen's going along with the Accord on climate change. And Spank Daddy's telling you, I think you should stop them and just go and have a banana republic to keep the fossil fuels cooking. Shove the pipeline right up the BC hippie's butthole. Yeah. This is a real nice place because this is a green environmental muffin. Key of a man that supports the environment. Why? Why would I support the environment? Well, like far as more, I've been in Northland. I've seen damage. I've seen scuba diving, Barrier Reef, seen coral reefs bleaching. Why would I do that? Why would it go up the St. Lawrence River doing oil research and we finally figured out we had DDT in the water killing whales? Why would that happen? And why would my mother die of DDT, a derivative of fossil fuel? So you're supporting your enemy. They're creating petrochemicals. They're polluting oceans. And Jorgen say I'm an activist. Oh hell no! I'm just trying to talk some bloody sense into you. I'm not an activist. I'm not an anarchist. I'm just saying it as it is. Muffin cup and cupcakes are all one tray. They're too sweet and chewy, and they get stuck to my dentures. So I'm not a muffin boy over the right wing swing ding or something. No future tomorrow. So your daddy needs to spank in the head and shut up, muffin boy, because the right wing aren't going to save your ass. They're not containing the market. And you can blame Trudeau. You can keep on blaming Prime Minister Trudeau. You don't like him because he's handsome. He's a little bit better looking than Muffin Boy there with the weird haircut. He's a little bit better looking. He's a handsome little dude. Maybe I'm not. I'm just an old dude. Or I'm a Santa Claus. Maybe I'm like you, a weirdo nonconformist. But I actually am conforming with a beard. I keep it trimmed. But I haven't shaved my head and look like a Mr. Clean yet. That's a good way to look after your head, but I just keep it trimmed. But, you want to be a muffin boy. And you want to be a weirdo bitch who goes around going against women's equality? Freaking cupcakes. Let's talk here about the pro-choice and the pro-right. The pro-life. That sounds like a nice word, life. He says he's Greg Boyce. My name. Oh, yeah, another copy. He says they're aborting babies at 9 months old. Really? Maybe I should move it up to your age and abort you because you're a cupcake Republican supporting, trying to get Trump stirred back. You. Good to you. He's out and he's not in jail yet, but he'll get there. The cupcake farmers. There's a lot of them on social media. Who pays you, suckers? Who pays you? Who pays Jorgen Peterson $70,000 a month? Who's funding him? Ted Cruz and some other right-wing swing dingers down there in the United States trying to mess up Canada. Could be. He's tightrope walking. Ontario Human Rights Coach says he's just tightrope walking from a jail cell because he's going against women's equality. So he's a tightrope walker. But I'm passing the law, and I've got a new product out. It's the Jorgen Peterson voodoo dolls, and lots of ladies buying bins. And just get them right in the gonchos there and swing it around. Maybe I'll shut them up. But I'll just have a good time with it. It's better than a dildo, ladies. Just get a misogynist and do voodoo. Yeah, why not? What the hell? This voodoo is an idiot. And he's on chlorhazepine or went to Russia, couldn't get off it. Oh, wow, poor boy. I got off that crap a long time ago. I'm just drinking water because he's inflated the market, the right-wing dingers. So that's all right. I got work at 69 and to help these young kids get ahead. They're entrepreneurs. Your other cupcake there, he says, we don't pay for small business. Oh, you don't? It supports our communities. You don't pay for independent? Oh, no. I went to the Ontario Ombudsman. Here's a number here. This is an independent thing, but they'll eat him like a dog when he gets into Queen's Park saying that. Because that pays taxes, mate. The taxpayers pay taxes. The small business pays taxes. They support everything. Well, no, we don't support small business. What an idiot. So where's the smartness here of far-right extremes? Please stand up and tell me that this is going to help you. You muffin kings and queens. What the frig is wrong with you? It's taking you down. You want the landlord class? The maggots that are making profit on you? Honey, can you shake that booty? Because that landlord might want to foreclose and get something out of you. You want to do some hoodoo fun time with the landlord and profits? The house they robbed on me is sold 3 times. It's house flipping time, my friends. Fix it up, sell it, and flip it, and flip it, and flip it, and flip it, and raise the market prices up, and away she goes. It's called the economic doom. The economic doom chip. Going up, 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 up. And there's one way, it's called a pinnacle. But the gallows has got 13 steps. Yeah, 13. One unlucky step down there, a rope around your neck. But you winding your watch and going up the steps. You're going to swing, man. You're going to swing down to the bottom of the Great Lakes. Because by the time this market crashes, you start doing this sucking stuff. Oh, remember, everybody be on the poor paupers point. Get them. Get you gangsters out. Get him, get him. And remember, he put himself up on YouTube. He's flipping houses. He's a landlord crook. And when he loses everything, everybody remember him, man. You poor sucker. You're such a stupid fool. House flipping morons. So you want to flip houses in the United States now? Wow. He's just like a maggot. A maggot boy. This little boy's taking old houses that the government's deep. They couldn't pay the taxes. Nobody can pay the taxes of the inflationary cycle, and the banks freaking broke, and the Fed's got to have money, so they just repossessing you like a maggot. You're a cockroach, or you're feeding on the bottom of people's lives. They've fallen. This is like you can have old Fred there and skin his hide, and maybe they make him some leather belts, but put them to use. Well, that's what about it, man. That's what it is. You say, and then you come to me and you say, I'm praying that you'll lose that communist way. Communist way. Why? You know, Ireland's not communist. It's got a higher GDP than Canada and the United States all put together. Look, you know, look at communism. No, I don't know. Scotland's having the climate parts, but you're cheap Scotsman. You're not your discipline of Scotland. The Scots would have the climate parts, but you don't want that. So you want to separate and become the Banana Republic of Canada. No Queen, no your head. Like, he's from Baker. He did that in 65. What a shame that was. Checked out the revolution. Fought 2 wars about that. Men died for that flag. DV comes in, takes it out. He deletes the Avro arrow and all the brain drain that goes in the United States. So he talks some wisdom here. These are rotten bastards, man. They're rotten. And I'm in their wives, and they're divorcing them, and they say, you got a little behind them? No. They're an idiot. Just get going with them, man. You marry an idiot and want to fool around with you. Well, I'm thinking about it because I really don't like him. And if his wife wants to cheat with me, why not? It's fun. Because he's a rat. There's one way to skin a rat. I'll just keep on doing that. You know, his work all was freaking time. They were home because they didn't want to flipping house and chicken. They didn't use that. His wife on the bar, hey, here's my number. I was with the professor. Yeah. Yeah. Green meat. I'm just not partisan right now because I'm trying to leave Canada because you just inflated the markets and got cupcakes on social media and lynching all these people to vote that way. There's other ways you can vote. I don't know. So just vote for the Ted Cruz and the right-wing Londoners and Hitler and you won't know what it was. Teaching fear, like Hitler did. Pointing fingers at them and them and them. And, oh boy, they're going against gay lesbians and everything. Well, yeah. Gay lesbian? No. That's just for the tactic there. Hitler did that. He started with the Jews because they owned the means of production. They had all the factories, all the manufacturing. Everybody's poor. Everybody's poor right now. COVID's a good time. But, yeah. So, I start pointing fingers and start getting racist. saying nonsense. Black entrepreneurs are racist. Really? They're racist, yeah. Because they're using the funds. They're just meant for blacks. Wow. How do you get around these political correct, stupid freaking arguments? Who's racist? Well, as an individual, we're all individuals, almost. The one that. So what are you listening to? Muffin farm. What against the Prime Minister? Raise the flag after Trudeau and save fetuses. Well, there's other things to save. God defends the wildlife, nature, the planet. But you don't do that. You want to save fetuses. Just focus on that because it's a good tactic to get Prime Minister Trudeau. All I did was take off your charitable status because not everybody agrees with that. But the influence he gets in there, or that influence that further. It's just like Jordan Peterson. There's more misogyny now for women than there was before because Jordan won't shut up. Actually, Jordan, you can sit back with your reptilian mind and you can kiss my dairy ass. How are you going to answer that, buddy? You going to call me some name? Call me an activist? Well, an activist, I'm a potato eater. I'm Irish. Come on, bring it around. I'm not unlesbian. I just like to do some Irish whiskey. So, take it on, buddy. I'm a green muffin. Tree hunting. No, I'm just want carbon tax because everybody gets dividends and that's money for the masses. He doesn't go out the welfare of Alberta. That's the welfare of Alberta. What is we're feeding them? Equalization payments out there to keep your trucks going. And now the prices are going up and you gotta blame somebody. Oh yeah. So we're feeding Albertan fat boys. So anyone you talk to is at $200 an hour. Go out and screw everybody's wife up in northern Alberta and try to steal boys. The crazy bastards, I tell you. They're crazy. Those pipeline kids, those oilies. I said, you gotta quit doing that. You got little big man there. I miss my work all the time. I come home, I'm out of money after all there and Zoom her girlfriend, this girlfriend. So I said, Wayne, maybe you should change jobs. You're making $200 an hour, but you're not saving anything. No, because I'm doing all those women. You can really spend, aren't you, man? 505 women on weekends. Woo! Woo! And there are guys' wives. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, armored suit. They're hot. Like hot bobtail rifles, my friend. What are you going to dodge? My Lord, there's rednecks everywhere. In fact, on a guy's point, some guy's girlfriend, and you tell me this and I'm going to sleep. I can hear you. I can also hear you saying this. Wisdom, I'm asking. Yeah. Why didn't it lose so much? Yeah. You're not fiscally conservative. You just spend the money at $200 off for an hour. Maybe you should learn to save some money. Well, that's not fun. No. young skinny, young too many women and getting scarred. That's not good around, you know. You know, maybe you need a golden to slow you down a bit. Oh, maybe they'll save money. You golden. We do that to opponent. They got one trick. They just want to mount their damn Philly out there. You're one of them. So, golden and you'll save some money. You know, you got a problem, man. You don't him want to be fiscally conservative. That's because they killed Flaherty. I was watching Harper there. It was interesting. You know, as I was looking there, and I was going to say, rotten bastard, son of a bitch, everything, but they shut down the comments. Oh, gee. Come on, let's take a dose of that dickhead. Anyways, Jason Kenney, you elected him again. Huh? You elected Doug Ford again. Good. Good, good, good. So he's going to inflate the market way up. That's all right. What we got to do now? Don't vote, so the other ones don't vote. They vote, and they get in power because he says, we're a fundamentalist group. We're against sex education in school. Yeah. So they have to vote. But not everybody wants that. Because maybe they want to educate the girls not to go out and get pregnant. You know, muffins and fundamental with fluffies, they're the majority of people would like maybe their daughters to not get pregnant. Talk about sex. Because where do they go learn it? Oh, it's on social media. It's not on social media. It's on porn sites. So you restrict that, and they go to porn sites, and oh, look at this. This is weird. Yeah. Instead of having some civil state-run sex education program. So wrong. So wrong. You know what's wrong, really? Is it sex education that's wrong? First thing we should do is have some economic education. How to save money. Oh, it's so boring. Yeah. Overinflated market, just mass advertisements on social media. You can't get your head going. So he comes to me, he says, they're expensive headphones. Well, I keep on buying junk, and it's costing me more money. I got to have headphones. I guess I listen to books and music. Or you could buy food. Well, you got the food bank there, man. I eat potatoes. Right now, I'm going to switch. I'm going to get you to get me out and get some fruits and vegetables. I'll pay this off. And I'm going to cut the Wi-Fi down by going down to a center there and helping the young people in e-business, in e-commerce, and building businesses. They're honest. Well, house flipping. I don't want to see that. That's done. I want to see some product sales. They're good quality products. Marketing. I want to see this. I like to see you helping the community, building businesses, making the community strong, being the cornerstone of success. Because that's good business. It's not about you. It's about everybody. But that doesn't sound too good. No, it is good. Because you get a good reputation, you make more money, and you keep people afloat. When you take down a community and be a landlord and say, frig you, and go away, make a profit, you don't make anything. They're termites. We never had a landlord class. We had affordable housing after World War II. That's why I'm born, instead of producing kids. Now they don't want to have kids, so we're having a zero birth rate. Is the world overpopulated? Well, you got to look at the study there. I don't think so. There's more of us living longer because we're not doing drugs and stupid things. And we're looking after our health, older people. Oh, hell yeah. I look after my health. I don't drive. I got a driver's license. I walk a 5 mile a day. So 5, 10. I can walk 45 miles in a day. Can you cupcakes? You get in your sports car, go up the street, and let go on. Here you go. Zoom. There's no sound but restraints, which should be. They used to have it. They used to crush cars. Ah, they took the fun away from the police. They took the fun away from the police. They had good times. Police had good time. Yeah. You must not drive. That's your car? Hey, here it is. Sardine can now. So every person, what? That's a nice car. Watch what this thing does. Oh, the other end. Look at it, it's so compact. Get in it and try to drive away. But cupcakes, muffins. And so old Granny's sitting in the coffee shop with me, and she's just baked some cupcakes. Oh, look at them. They're so good. Oh, God. Stop. Granny's older than me. Cupcakes. Do you say, oh, they stick to my dentures there. They do. That's all we get is dentures. We can't afford the implants. Oh, hell no. Gotta go on a implant dental holiday to some country some far away because that just give that is saving money for the cupcakes. More manufacturing of them. He wins elections very easily. He says, "Oh, I'll open up everything, and everybody gets sick." And, oh no, it's fake news. Oh wow, it's just fun. Open it up real quick and look at the overrides. But you don't read that stuff. You just cupcake and muffin, shake and bake. Am I being funny? Facetious? I hope so. I like muffin kicking. Marianne told us once to let the meat kick. Well, that's what you're saying to everybody else when your house flipping, landlord greed grass, and everything. Let the meat kike. Well, you know what happened to Marie. Do you know what happened to Marie? They took her up on a block there, and she had a big blade up above, and said, "We're going to shorten that friggin' haircut. But your neck's in the noose, the thing there. Chip." Now you can pick your head up and look at it. Oh, you blood dripping down. That was the French Revolution. When you have the cupcake infestation of elitism, destroying the totalitarian or the civil people. Because we don't vote anymore, so we just let the muffins come in. Can't vote when you have 5 parties and no proportional system, so everybody says, well, vote strategically. But lately, people just say, I don't think I'll vote at all. What the hell? They're all crooks. Well, it could be. Could be that's food over there, and I'm going to refuse it and want it. So we're really screwed. And who was telling us not to have a proportional system? Who was telling us that? The conservatives. Unfortunately, it was the conservatives. Listen, I was in the opposition parties trying to make change. We had a private members bill. You go up against killing people? That's sort of a noble thing. But what about horse slaughter? We had a private members bill, NDP and Green, and it was rewired that it would stop the horse slaughter industry because it's not needed. And what did you do? What did they do? It got about the second reading, and the third reading was kicked out. That's really good. You won't balance out the opposition there, so you want to vote right wing. The right wing are not the party to vote for.
unfortunately, they haven't got the gift yet of working on a model that would save our ass and keep on opening housing markets up because dissonant lies and anarchy to keep in power and teach hate. If they're a good party, they'd work cooperatively with each other, but they don't. They could. Like Preston Manning, he was reform, and we thought reform was good. Oh, hell no. But he went took it a bit farther, Harper, and he called it the Progressive Party. Progressively prick. Am I running down a man? I was reading it and I put it up on Facebook, and they said, that's filthy language. Well, it was written by a reporter in McLean's, and I just copied it. You're swearing. Oh, he's swearing? Oh, no, they kicked me out. That's good. I would keep on opening an account up, and I just get home. Kicked out again. Open new account up, new name. Kicked out again. Because I say something. So I just gave up doing it because it's just a waste of time. And it's all run by muffins and cupcakes and far right swing dingers of the. I was a religious kid and I got sick of it. Why? Girl couldn't wear a miniskirt in church. I said, I'm leaving. I like that miniskirt. It's tempting me. I'll be the judge of that. I haven't touched her yet. I like those nice legs there, but oh no, that's temptation, sir. That's the devil's way. Out I went. When she left, she said, get stuffed. And I said, I don't think I believe in God anymore. And I just became an atheist because I thought that was a bit much. So I was an atheist for a while. Tried that out, but it didn't feel right. So I started finding God in nature, not God in churches and moon swing games. I started reading the Bible again. And Jesus said, see with the heart, don't see with the mind. But you see with the mind and the Maya of the brain. And then you say, well, that's not Christian, that sounds Buddhist. It could be. Jesus, was he a Buddhist? Was he a communist? Was he a capitalist? I don't think we could put him in those boxes. She's the prime minister of New Zealand. What does she say? She teaches like Jesus, kindness. Doesn't teach patriotism. She teaches kindness, and that's the democracy that's working. Because people like being treated kind. They don't like tough love. Nobody likes tough love. They ain't love at all. And where there's no love, there's no God. God doesn't exist where there's no love. God exists in love and kindness to each other. And I don't see anything kind about the far right. What I'll tell you is they cut the price, cut women's rights when they have a baby. When they're single, they do is give them dirt money, put them in welfare holes, and never help them. As they want to be tough love, and they want to say save the taxpayers. What taxpayers? What taxpayers, guys? What taxpayers? They save them. Nobody wants to pay taxes. So you got a bunch of crooks called elites. That's not egalitarian. That's not spiritual. It's nothing. It's just robbery. And some people say they feel controlled. Yeah, you like those assholes, you're controlled. You got this housing market and the flipping, and they are controlling you. But there's ways to get around it. Municipalities need legal lawsuits to keep them up. And sue realtors for selling to those assholes. And that's what I think we should do. We just get a class action lawsuit because they'll destroy the towns. They'll destroy Ontario. They'll just close up all the businesses. People don't have housing. You try inflating the market, and the house prices are going up. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And he's doing all sorts of stupid things like blocking the renewable sector. Why? Somebody paying him, right? Yeah, the renewable sector would give you jobs. 255 million blocked in renewable sector. Is he really? He says this is good for you. Yeah, really good for you. The jobs. You keep on voting for the I don't know what the hell happened. He got on that social media and he listened to McGregor or whatever his freaking name is, the muffin that knows all of Canadian history. I'm older than him. I know Canadian history, and I sure know it ain't what he's shooting. He's a muffin. He's a cupcake. Look at his friggin' hair. He's a weirdo. He's a hip hop, old kid. Stupid kids around here, stupid as hell. They don't have to be stupid, but they're acting awful stupid because they don't tell their fathers that they're all yuppies and stupid bastards. Because they're in friggin' debt. You know, my dad was like that. He'd say, "Boy, you're a stupid yuppie." You're one stupid yuppie. You're a stupid damn boomer. Man, I gotta admit, Daddy had some wisdom. He was a little more than me. Yeah, I was a dumb hippie. I just didn't wear soap because I hate soap commercials. That's the elite that's the radio. It says, "We're the soap and we're going to be a clean boy and conform." So we got down and talked and we said, "We did get this, man." We had to go around and they had to go like this at us. You stink. Yes, you stink. So that's the hippie movement. Yeah. Hippies. So we just said we'll get rid of marriage, man. It's a hassle. And free love, summer of love, man. Nipples. Look, she's going topless. Yeah. You want some moldy? Yeah. We didn't have pornography. We didn't have the cameras. Now they do. I got a bar there. He's showing his girlfriend in there doing these things. And he says, "Boy, am I something. You're a creep." We never did that, man. We never showed our girlfriends going down and playing the whistle. But you're showing them in bars, you're an idiot. Well, boy, girls don't do that. If he's got a camera in his hand, he's going to the bar room to show he's a real man. Yeah, there's a lot of those idiots around. There is some gents, but not this guy. He's got to show he's got something. He's got something in her mouth, but I don't know how big it is. Am I being facetious? Well, he's showing this stuff, and I'm going to ask you, is this being a gentleman? You know, oral sexuality is something between a couple. It's not in a bar room showing it on your phone, idiot. And another thing is when you see a girl, it's not that's against the law what you did, buddy. You're an idiot. You grabbed her by the mom balls. She's a nice looking chick there. She's coming back. I'm handsome. You're handsome. Wow. Oh, it's 2 hours now. What happened there? She split. She smiled. She's embarrassed, man. You're an idiot. You grabbed her by the hooters, and that's a private thing, man. You know, is that the handshake you treat the woman with? You know, you gotta be a gentleman. You know, you're about women. It doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem because you're freaking drunk and you can't handle your liquor, kid. You can't handle your liquor. I'll look at you. I tell you, my daughter has crappier than that. So, you know, we don't do enough yelling on guys like that. This girl here, I have to call the cops one night. She's chasing her home. Won't leave her alone. She said, "We me alone. So I called the police. I don't think she should be following home. This is a 19-year-old pretty girl. She doesn't need that crap. So, are you a nobleman? Rape is against the law. And bothering and chasing young women is criminal. They need safety. I hope they throw them in the freaking jail cell. But they don't throw in, hey, you damn cupcake muffins in jail, you know? You don't put it in jail. It's freedom. You got all sorts of freedom when you bitch like that. They get on here, make money, and promote the far right and attack Justin Trudeau. I might not be the greatest. I'm a Green Party member. Some of the policies I don't like. But he's better than those other right wingers. My Lord. So, I'm thinking of a little planet maybe for you. You know, I'm going to drop dead someday. So is it about me? Is it about me? To listen to an asshole like Jordan Peterson saying that Greta Thunberg is an activist. Is it about me? No. It's not about me. It's to shut you up. And if you don't like my language, I don't like your language. Like you're going muffin. And you're a hassle. You're a real hassle. I'm just going to put some coffee in. I'm getting fed up with the whole thing. I was deleting apps. So I did a little yap here. I'm wandering around like a church preacher because I get so upset at you. You make me pee it off. I haven't got any whiskey to just sit back. So I got smoke dope. I don't want to smoke dope. I just want to shut you down a little bit. Cool you off and maybe geld you a little because you're shooting nonsense. You should. You'll see 11's pretty friggin' weak.
You're violating human rights. You're violating democracy, Canadian democracy, by these rants. You just should be shut down. But Bill C-11's a weak bill. If I had my way, I'd throw you all in friggin' jail. I'm serious. You're just making money on the avails of ruining democracy in Canada and the United States. You should be all in jail. You're disgusting pieces of manure. Get a job and do some work and help each other. Don't get into